Welcome into the Fun Astrology Podcast. It is Friday the 13th. The month happens to be May. Thomas Miller, thanks for joining us. Glad you're here. What a day in space and time, right? So it's Friday the 13th, for whatever that means. It's the peak of the moon wobble. We'll talk about that in a minute. And Mercury is now, 3 full days in retrograde. And I'm going to go back to what we talked about yesterday. Give me the least auspicious day to do anything, Yogananda, and we will make it successful because that's how we roll, right? Well, at 3:06 Eastern Time this morning, the sun conjuncts the north node of the moon. That's happening in Taurus, and that is what is considered to be the peak of the moon wobble. So again, this moon wobble thing that we've been talking about is when the sun either conjuncts or squares the nodes of the moon. It can be either node, so that's multiple opportunities. Therefore, it happens about every 88 days or so. This one happens to be a conjunction. That means the next one will be a square, right? Now, if you'd like to continue to follow this, the next date of the next peak will be August 10th. From that day, you back up 21 calendar days, and that's the beginning of the next moon wobble. By my count, I have that at July 20th and have put a calendar alert for the such. That's probably about the best way to do it, is just roll from one to the next to the next. And I think if we look back over the history of the last 3 weeks, that this one has definitely been one that has been active. Continue to also keep your eye on Jupiter now in Aries. This is just something that we'll start to see how things begin to unfold. As of today, it still has not hit 1 degree yet in Aries, so it's still got its toe in the water, not fully sure that it's all in, but definitely something that we want to just start to get the look and feel of what that Jupiter shift of energy is going to look like. Now, we also got our new podcast launched yesterday with Robert Glasscock. It's called Old Soul, New Soul, so you can understand from that title some of what we're going to be talking about. I do hope you'll check it out. Right now, I know it's on Spotify and iTunes or Apple. Takes a little while to get them permeated through all the podcast players, but definitely check it out. Would love to have you. I think it's going to be one of the best instructional astrology podcasts out there. You're going to love the information you're going to get from this. In fact, the episode that we're going to release today or tomorrow will be about the rectification technique that we talked about on Wednesday. Now, what about the weekend? Well, it continues to kind of shape up along this theme that we've been exploring here, because tomorrow at 6:33 a.m., so tomorrow morning, the moon moves into Scorpio. Because that's my sun sign, I've been keeping a fairly close eye on it over the last several ingresses into Scorpio over the last couple of months, and I've experienced that it can buzz the energy. Maybe it is because I am one of those little slippery critters, but it also might be that it's buzzing the energy for everybody. I've also tried to keep my eye every day on that Schumann resonance thing. If you don't have that app, it's for the phone. You can get it. That's the best way to get it. Just search up the Schumann resonance on your phone and download that app, and it's spelled SCHUMANN. Now, continuing the theme on into Sunday, at 2:50 in the afternoon, the sun squares Saturn. Then, not 30 minutes later, the sun sextiles Neptune. And remember, we are very much under the influence of both of those even right now. We'll have to watch the markets both today and Monday, because both of those planets combined with the sun can definitely move the markets. Shadow side of Sun-Saturn? Well, delays, restriction, getting hit over the head with the karmic club. Goes back to yesterday. How are we choosing to be and choosing to relate? And what is your resistance factor to the process? On the positive side, maybe a new project, like a new podcast with a world-renowned astrologer who is building a legacy project so that his work can continue beyond himself. Or you have something inside of you that could be laid equal kind of groundwork. Or the kind of groundwork you are laying to leave behind to set your soul up for the next incarnation. All of those come under that shadow sun aspect. And it's something that you would work at for an extended period of time. In other words, it's not just a weekend project. It's something you're going to be with and stay with and continue on. And it's something that would last a good long time. Sun Neptune is something I happen to know quite a bit about. I like about this one, especially now where we are just worldwide, is that it is a sextile. If this was a square or an opposition, we'd be saying, ruh-roh, Scooby. Let's take what the sky is giving us and let's call it massive inspiration. Get out the sage, light candles over the weekend, get into your ceremony mood, and crank it, because your antenna to the sky is tuned into the right frequency. Let those Neptunian and Piscean downloads just come in freely. Invite them. If you've got a past life regressionist who you know and you wanted to do some work around your nodes and some past life regression and they can get you in this weekend, go for it. Or just sit with your chart because the messages might just come by themselves. All right, that sets you up for the weekend, gets you in tune with the podcast. I guess the only other announcement I have is this new book that I'm writing, that I'm putting together. The Subconscious Mind Mastery, Science of Getting Rich, is on pre-sale for the Kindle. Now, I can't do the paperback yet, and the audiobook is just hits when it hits. But the Kindle is on sale right now, so go grab it if you would like to in advance while the price is cheaper. And that's just on Amazon, by the way. All right, gotta go. Busy day. Hope your TGI Friday is great. Your weekend is great. Oh, yes, I will be playing that special excerpt that I talked about yesterday, The Stream of Life by Fred Dodson. It is a great analogy. Combine it with astrology, and that is a super powerful tool. That will be out tomorrow. Have a great day. Sending you love from North Carolina. See you tomorrow and then again on Monday.